Thank you.
Thank you very much, Governor Anne Waiguru, the Chair of the Council of Governors. Your Excellency, I need to understand that the Governor for Nairobi is here, and would like to ask him to come and just officially welcome us. As he comes, Your Excellency, you will note that the Kenya Urban Support Program is within 45 counties. It excludes Mombasa and excludes Nairobi, simply because the two counties are too big and their needs will gobble up the entire ticket. But we have another program for them. Thank you.
The PS had to make that disclaimer because, Your Excellency, I many times don't agree on why Nairobi is considered big. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, William Ruto, Waziri Alice, Waziri Kindiki, and Professor Ndungu, colleague governors led by our chair, development partners, World Bank, country director, and everyone who's here today. I've been asked to welcome you here. I don't know if I'm allowed to because this is Statehouse, but generally welcome to Nairobi. This program is indeed important for us because the future is greatly urbanizing. Our cities are urbanizing. By, I think, 2050, 65% of the world's population is going to be in cities. In Nairobi, for instance, we'll have 10.5 million people in this capital city by the year 2050. We need to think hard about how we future-proof our cities. I think the challenges that we've seen in recent days in terms of the infrastructure, in terms of housing, in terms of the drainage systems, tell us that there's need to plan for that future today. And we really want to thank the World Bank for the support that they've been offering our country in looking at our municipalities. Now, Bwana PS, where I may not agree with the cusp omitting Nairobi and Mombasa, is that there are many ways through which we're also decentralizing our services. In Nairobi, we are now undertaking a system of restructuring our capital into boroughs. We are going to have 6 boroughs: Nairobi North, East, West, South, and Southeast, that will step down decision making, will create more centers of customer service. The County Government Act talks about service-oriented government, and that I think needs quite some support. Before we had NAMSIP, NAMSIP 1, that looked at the metropolitan areas. Many times the urban poor are neglected. If you look at interventions that have been there, for instance, the resilience and just securing livelihoods for our people in the lower areas, food support, hunger, attention is given to the arid areas, attention is given to the rural areas, but urban poverty many times, and Senator Governor Kihika and Governor Nyongo, you know what I'm talking about, that those in informal settlements many times suffer much, much more. We say Nairobi ni shamba ya mawe. If you don't have resources, you'll have nowhere to stay, you'll have nothing to eat. There's more community in the rural areas. So we really want to ask that you support, and we can come up with a new program for the cities. If you look at some of the things that Mombasa has to grapple with, and Kisumu has to grapple with, and Nairobi, for instance, street lighting. Street lighting, the bill is on the county, but if we switch off the lights, it's a national security problem. Should that be a bill that is left to the formula of devolution, or should there be specific support to these cities for functions such as those? The Urban Areas and Cities Act envisions or envisages special financing for the capital and special financing for such interventions. My colleague governors, I want to encourage you as you move to municipalities and as you create these new urban areas to also know that it comes with certain challenges. Number one, you will lose a lot of what you call political homogeneity when you create municipalities and cities. The people who come there might not be of the same political strand, and that is why you have to do a lot of balancing, as we have to do in the city. Number two, as you create those centers, and I'll give an example. In Kakamega, I don't know if the governor of Kakamega is here, Around Sigalagala, because of the technical training and the university there, it has become almost a new city. There is pressure on housing. Sigalagala is just on your left as you go towards Kakamega from Bungoma. It has become an entire, almost a metropolis with people from different parts of the country and a huge strain on our resources. So we hope, in long and short, that you can help us just look at the economic issues that we need support on. In Nairobi, we are undertaking a planning process of Vision 2050 to look at, yes, we know that there will be 10.5 million people then. What do we need to do today? And how do we then move this into 10-year plans? We hope we can get support from that. We have not yet gotten support in that planning process. Your Excellency, we've discussed how you can help us, even just with the technical teams, because the future is not going to plan itself. So, Bwana PS, thank you. We will still make a case for Nairobi and Mombasa on COSP, but also on the Kenyan Urban Mobility Improvement Program. Your Excellency, the PS says there's a bigger program that looks at the cities, but this program, the prioritization has not been done by the county. And so a huge chunk of those resources are going to commuter rail, yet we know the challenges. Yesterday, you were in Mathare. You saw the challenges those people have, in terms of mobility, in terms of housing, in terms of livelihoods. We need to focus on those. So thank you and welcome to Nairobi. Asante.